Hi, I am Teri Camus.
I'm Shannan Laudette.
We are Real Estate by TLC, and we're here to talk a little bit of shop, once again outside in our courtyard.
Yes, indeed. So today we're going to talk about sellers, how to prepare for your home inspection.
Yeah, this is a big deal. So many times a home seller thinks that they should stay for the home inspection. I have so much knowledge about my home. I really should be able to stay and help the inspector find things and help answer questions. Is that a good idea typically, Shannon?
That is not a good idea. I was going to say it's an awful idea, but it is an awful idea. So the buyer wants to be alone with their realtor and their home inspector to discuss things without your presence.
Yeah, and I think that too, sometimes you can overdivulge, and this is just not the time for that. So you'll have plenty of time to meet with your buyers on another day, but this is about preparing for the home inspection. So number one, you want to make sure that the house is clean. It's important that the buyer, they're going to spend a lot of time in your house. And while the last time they were in your house, they might have only been there 20 minutes. Today, they're going to be there probably 2 to 3 hours. So it's important that you really do your due diligence and get it clean.
Yep. Another question sellers have is, should I get a pre-inspection done? Really quickly, I'm going to cover that. If you get a pre-inspection done, now you have knowledge of every single thing a home inspector is going to find. Once you have knowledge of these things, you have to disclose it on your seller disclosure statement. So that's a conversation you want to have with your realtor about whether or not you want to get a pre-inspection done.
Pros and cons there. It all depends upon the situation. So now the house is clean and now you're going to leave. And you want to make sure that you've done some really critical things in order to prepare the home well for home inspection. Number one is to make sure that you've had your HVAC, your furnace cleaned, serviced, and make sure that the service records are available, because if the home inspector can't see that these things have been inspected and cleaned, he's going to suggest that you have that done.
Yep. So just basic things like flipping all the light switches, making sure all the light bulbs work, because then, you know, if an inspector flips a light switch and nothing happens, we don't know if it's an electrical issue or just a dead light bulb.
It's probably the light bulb. So.
Just the light bulb.
Yeah, it's really important to do that. So another important thing to do is to open and close all your windows. Do they open and close easily, freely, or have you painted them shut? Yep.
Another one, just make sure your fireplace is in good working order. If you still have a wood burning stove, have the chimney cleaned ahead of time and leave that receipt on the counter as well.
If you have not recently peeked in your attic or your crawl space, this is a really good time to do that too. You don't want to have any surprises there.
No, not at all.
Okay, well, let's see. What are some of the other things? Oh, have you got your fans on remote? Does your fireplace work off of a remote? If so, please make sure the remotes are working and out for the home inspector and the buyer to find. Otherwise, you're going to get asked about that as well.
Yep. I guess that goes for garage doors as well. Make sure that those electronic safety eyes are working. There's nothing in the way. Speaking of nothing in the way, make sure there's nothing in front of your electrical panel, because they're going to take the cover off of that and look at all the wire sizes. If you know that somebody in the past has been doing some electrical work in there,
I love that. Electrical work.
That might be a concern you want to talk to your realtor about.
Beyond that, just making sure that caulking, grout, everything looks good. You know, it doesn't have to be perfect, because the purpose of a home inspector is to point out little things that are wrong. It's a good idea to leave 1 or 2 things for him. You know, he's got to justify why he's there, right?
Exactly.
That's not true. I mean, typically it's important for the buyers to have that home inspection so that they have that peace of mind. And you want the buyer to have peace of mind. At the end of the day, if you've got manuals, anything like that that you can leave out, any instructions for the home inspector, any unusual access points in your house, your electrical panels hidden behind your grandmother's portrait, it would be good to know that.
Definitely. Help the home inspector, help the home buyers.
That is right.
And that's about a wrap. That's what you need to do to prepare for your home inspection if you're about to sell your home.